Texas is concerned about Vanderbilt. And you know what? They should be. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like this video, and answer the question in the comments below. Do you believe that Texas can defeat Vanderbilt without the presence of Arch Manning? Or do you think that Vanderbilt's just that good and it doesn't matter? Or that Texas is just that good and it doesn't matter? I have no dog in this fight, but I am going to say Vanderbilt is perhaps the second toughest team you're going to have to play if you're the University of Texas so far this year. And I mean that. Like, Ohio State obviously is number one. Oklahoma hasn't been as good as Vanderbilt, and we know this just by looking at the records. But if you're looking at Texas and you see DJ Lagway and them were able to beat them, yeah, they were. And he threw for 298 yards. They had a 127-yard rusher, and they had a 100-yard receiver with 2 TDs against that defense. And then they got right for Oklahoma, put Oklahoma in the dirt, and then it found out, oh, shoot, Oklahoma might not be as good as we thought they were. And they're in a dogfight with Kentucky, where if Mark Stoops just kicks the field goal in overtime or just doesn't punt to Ryan Niblett, Kentucky gets a win. Or you take it to the next week, Mississippi State. Mississippi State had that team on the ropes, 31-14. And then you punt to Ryan Niblett, which is the thing you probably shouldn't do anymore, because Oklahoma, Kentucky, and Mississippi State have all been bitten by the Niblett. And yet y'all still punting to that man. And he's putting them in positions to win. Okay? Now you're going to play a real deal football team. Now you're going to play the number 31 defense in the country with a Heisman, contender in Diego Pavia, who knows how to run the offense. Like, the kind of dude that Diego Pavia is not the kind of quarterback he is. Like, he's got all the spunk of a Johnny Manziel, but when they play football, if you're watching them, he is methodical. He is absolutely an outstanding game manager. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. I mean, he's running their offense, and they play complementary football. They run the ball well. They play outstanding defense. They stay on top of you, and he completes the passes that he needs to, the players that he needs to, and he takes off and run when he has to. He's not the highlight reel that Johnny Manziel is, but he doesn't need to be. Because Clark Lee has built that thing to last. He's built that thing to take on teams like Texas and win. They got beat by Bama. Yeah, okay. Turns out Bama might be pretty damn good. But now we're looking at what might happen if Texas doesn't win this game, which is, say, they're not making the college football playoff. Okay? They're in a win-or-go-home situation for the rest of the season. Vanderbilt could take a loss to Texas and maybe make the playoff, but it would be hard, because Texas is a top 25 team now, but if Texas falls apart, it's not going to look as good as the loss to Alabama. And we're talking about an at-large bid right now. That's what we're doing. We're talking about just what might happen. But if Arch Manning can't play and he's in concussion protocol, and Steve Sarkisian didn't want to have a lot to say about it because that ain't his to say, you're looking at Matthew Caldwell. And I know the Texas fans have already talked themselves into that Matthew Caldwell is good, that Matthew Caldwell is great, that Matthew Caldwell is just as serviceable as any other backup in the country. Fine, sure, whatever. He audibled to a fade to get them the win against Mississippi State. Congratulations, you beat Mississippi State. You were in overtime against Mississippi State. You're in overtime against Kentucky. But nothing here says that Texas can't rise to its level, because when it does play to its level, it looks like a top 10 team. No longer looks like a national championship team. But Arch also played really well against Mississippi State. 346 yards. Ryan Wingo had a breakout game when nobody was paying attention. And they weren't able to run the football at all in that game. And that's the other thing. It was really on Arch's arm, because they're getting pummeled until such time as they can get these home run plays, because they can't run the ball. When they can't run the ball, Steve Sarkisian can't do his window dressing stuff and his RPO stuff, because everybody makes the team more predictable. And that's across the board. That's not a Sark thing. That's a football thing. If I can stop you running the football and force you to throw it, and that's what I want you to do, you're in a bad way. That means that you've got to do things that you're not comfortable doing, or you're not good at. 2 moves and a counter, right? Do you have another move? Do you have a counter? After that, we'll see. because for me, it's as simple as playing zone against Arch Manning and making him pick me apart. But to play zone, you got to know that he's throwing the football, because the last thing you want is to give Quintravion Wisner or CJ Baxter an opportunity to just get to the second level without nobody touching, which is one of the reasons we lose our minds when we see guys playing 12 yards off the ball, 7 yards off the ball. Like 12 yards off the ball is safety coverage, dog. You know, like 7 yards off the ball is ridiculous to me, because it's no man's land. Either bump and run, right? Or play your technique to the three. You know, like play inside, play outside. I don't understand why defensive coordinators insist on allowing free releases for wide receivers. Like, that just doesn't make any sense to me. It's never made any sense to me. And I'm a quarterback. Like, I'm asking you, let my guy get a head start on you, because we know where we're going. You don't. You want to disrupt the timing, because this is a timing game. And that is the kind of offense that Stark likes to run. Quarterback timing, wide receiver timing. You break here, ball's going to be here. We throw to open space. We don't throw to wide receivers. If you could take that away, you're going to make that team one-dimensional. I think Clark Lee is ready and willing to do that to Texas. So if you're looking at this one and you're asking what's it going to take, it's going to take Texas scoring TDs on 6 of their 8 possessions. I mean that, because you can put it out of reach. Because I think Vanderbilt is not built to win a shootout. They can't do that. But if you're Texas, you know you can be explosive. That means your shot plays got to work. That means DeAndre Moore. That means Jack Indries. That means Ryan Wingo. And that means Ryan Niblett are all going to have to contribute. And the other thing that Vanderbilt absolutely positively cannot do, punt the ball to Ryan Niblett at all. Just don't do it. Just don't do it. Treat that dude as if he's Devin Hester, or for the old heads, Dante Hall. We're just not doing that. That dude is on a run of form that is ridiculous and amazing. But you don't need to contribute to it by kicking him the damn football. I don't understand that one. So have your special teams playing with the heads on straight, run the football, play sound defense, and then if it looks like it's 24-21 and it's a ball game, Texas might win that. But if you can put two scores between you and Texas in the fourth quarter, I think they got a hard time. And that's with Arch Manning at quarterback. And we're not exactly sure that is going to be the case. We're not exactly sure that is how it's going to go down. But if you are, you tell me, maybe you're a Texas fan, because for me, this is Vanderbilt's to win.